All right, hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Ventus SGN. So let's talk about Sword Art Online Last Recollection. Is it Lost Recollection? The game that's about to come out. It's going to come out in a couple months. So there are a couple things that I feel like need to happen in this game that should be different from SAO Alicization Lycoris, because as we all know, looking at the gameplay, they look like exactly the same game. Like, it looks like it's just DLC from the game for Lycoris, but it's going to be a whole new game with its whole, brand new combat system. Well, not super brand new. I think it's going to be like a tweak from the combat system. But anyways, all that to say this, there are some things that just need to change, right? Because the game, while it was an okay game, it was kind of fun game, they had a lot of content, it wasn't a perfect game. And I think they tried their best to make the best of what they could with what they had, right? Because the AI system, that was the most intricate AI system that I've ever seen, but I think maybe it was a little bit too intricate for the people who just want to play a basic anime game. So I went ahead throughout my day and I thought of a couple different things that I would change with this new SAO game, because this is going to be our next SAO game, and possibly it might be our last SAO game. I don't know. So I'm gonna just go down the list. The first thing I said is an easier way to get legendary weapons, right? So I don't know if you played it in SAO, but in SAO, to get like the really good weapons, you had to go and get a bunch of different materials from defeating this enemy, this enemy, this enemy, this enemy, and then you can, like, it was like you fight this enemy, and then you fight this enemy, and then you fight this enemy, then you can unlock this enemy, then you can get shards that will allow you to go to the vendor that will give you a chance to get a weapon, and that weapon that you get, it may be an awful weapon, like the damage may be super low, and there was a really good chance that the damage on the weapon was going to be super low, the stats are going to be super low. The only way that I even got good weapons is there was a glitch going on at the time that I didn't want to take part in, but one of my friends, he was like, look, man, you gotta do it, because otherwise you're not gonna get a good weapon. And I was like, you know what, fine, I'll just do it. I'm not a fan of cheating in video games, but I had to cheat, so I got some really good weapons. And if I didn't get good weapons, I was gonna have a hard time like making content, because I wouldn't be able to like fight bosses, optimally and stuff like that with the game. So I just think that they need to go ahead and make it easier to get better weapons, get legendary weapons, because having to do this, that, and that, I don't know, for me, at first, I thought it was kind of cool, but then once I saw the drop rates of the weapons when you went to go trade in your materials that you grinded like 3 days to get, when I saw the drop rates of how bad the weapons are, I was like, yeah, that's kind of wonky, so that definitely needs to change. That's the number one thing for me that needs to change. 2, a better selection of sacred arts. Now, for me, when playing role-playing games, doesn't matter if they're anime, doesn't matter if they're just regular old role-playing games, if there's magic in the game, the magic needs to be good. And the selection of sacred arts, and that sacred arts are the magic that you have in the game. If you like hold like the trigger button and you can press, or hold like the analog stick or something like that, you can go, there's like a fire one, an ice one, there's a shield one, a healing one. The healing one was kind of OD, it was good. I don't have a problem with the healing one, but the other ones in the game, they were just kind of trash, right? And I think that if they're gonna do magic in the game like that, give us like 8 or 9, 10 different spells that we can do, they need to just be better and do like better things. Definitely, they had one that gives you like a shield, so that was good. They have one that heals, that was good. They had some attack ones. The attack ones were kind of bad. Now, I don't want to get too much into the attack ones, because there's something else that I'm gonna say actually goes. I'll just go into my next one. My third one was a way to do serious damage with sacred arts. So I'll just say this together. So a better selection and a way to do more damage with sacred arts, because it was very, very disappointing that you couldn't really hit somebody hard with the flame tornado. Flame tornado looks so cool in the game, but it doesn't even hit. Like I think there's like one like mirror like attack that actually hits a little bit hard, but you couldn't kill a boss or couldn't even do damage to a boss if you use sacred arts. So I think that if they make it to where you sit there and chant and bring up the magic, and it takes a long time, risking you getting hit if your NPCs can't hold aggro of the bosses, I think that you need to be able to do some damage, some chunks of damage for how long it takes. And even if it doesn't take long, the magic needs to do more. So I think that they need to give us a wider variety of spells. I'm not sure exactly what I would look for in spell. Maybe I don't know, they have a haste spell, they have like a shield spell. I don't know. I have to think about that. What are some spells that you think that would be nice to add into the game for sacred arts? Definitely like a basic fireball spell, something that calls lightning from the sky that does damage. Things like that is what I'm thinking about when it comes to sacred arts and controlling the elements in the game. So definitely a wider variety and definitely more damage with those spells. 4, higher damage for release recollection attacks. Now, I'm not exactly sure that's like the actual name for them, but you know, the animations that they do. Like when I first started playing Alicization, my whole thing was I loved Alice and I loved her little flower attack, and I was like, dang, I want to do that. So I do the flower attack, and I think I'm doing something good by you know, doing her flower attack on the enemies, and it's not doing that much damage. And people in the comments and the people that I play with, they're like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. That doesn't do damage. You're wasting your meter. You need to be doing just the other, I forget what it's called right now. You're seeing me do it on the gameplay right now. I just can't think. I'm having a brain fart right now. But the thing where you get to do the arts over and over again, the sword skills over and over again, that does the most damage. That does the best damage. And just doing release recollection is absolutely pointless. So I think if that's like a main thing of Sword Art Online, doing those release recollections, doing those sword arts, they need to do damage. They need to do damage that's comparable to where if I'm going to climb on the skill thing and do more damage with the skill combo, I can't think of the name of it, oh my gosh, but definitely more damage there. The number 5th thing I have is less complicated AI controls, but a way to make them behave more helpful. Now, I'm not sure how they can streamline this. Like I said earlier, the AI controls, how you could like teach your AI to do certain things and behave certain ways, that was perfect. It was actually perfect. I think it was too perfect. And it was to the point where I didn't want to do it. Like I could see the whatever, I could see the benefits of making it to where they do this and you keep doing the things. Now that's actually a really good thing. If you keep having your NPCs do a specific things, or you keep doing specific things while you're controlling your NPCs, they'll learn that behavior and they'll start doing that on their own. I think they need to keep that. But as far as like trying to pre-program what they do, I don't think they should add that, because that added an element to the game that really didn't need to be there. I personally didn't use that. Did you use it? Let me know in the comments if you did use it and how often you did use it and how many NPCs, because there was a lot of NPCs that you could set up and do things for. I mean, I get it. They wanted this to be like a grand, like huge game, and it was. There was a lot to do in the game, but I think there was just too much to do in the game, and that just was an added element that just didn't need to be there. I think all they need to do is make it to where you have your NPCs do a certain thing and they start to learn that behavior over time, rather than you just going in and saying, okay, I want you to do this, this, and this. I want you to do this, this, and this more. So that was number 5. Number 6, remove weapon affinities to specific characters. I thought that was the dumbest idea. I'm not going to hold you. I thought that was so stupid. I hate it to where if I had this weapon super strong and I couldn't give it to Alice, or it was going to go back down to like a lower, whatever. It was strong with Kira, but I just think that's dumb. That is super dumb. And anything that is, especially in this game, to where it's a game where the enemies are super strong. Like I hopped on the game yesterday or today to play to get some gameplay, and there's these level 300 bosses, and it's like, what the heck? I couldn't even damage them. So I don't know. I think that the weapon thing, that needs to be fixed. I think if I have a super strong weapon and I want to give it to Yu-Gi-Oh, so Yu-Gi-Oh can be my tank and do DPS with a strong weapon, he needs to be able to do that, I think. I don't know. That's just my opinion. What do you think about that? Let's see. Number 7. More sword arts that allow combo chain level climbing. Now, again, it's been a while. I literally played the game today to get the gameplay that you're watching right now, but the skill connect, I think it's what it's called. My friend Sinisteria taught me all about the skill connect, and there are certain skills that you can do that actually allows you to climb the skill connect ladder, so you can multiply your damage. And if I'm remembering this correctly, and I might be wrong, but I think I am remembering this correctly, only certain sword arts or sword skills that you do allowed you to climb to a higher skill connect. And I think there's maybe like 1 or 2 per weapon category. I think that there needs to be more, especially if you have these enemies that have, oh my god, level, oh my god, hit points, and especially if you want people to keep playing your game, because if you have to farm these enemies over and over and over with, oh my god, awful drop rates to get their drops, so you can farm their parts to get stronger weapons, I think that, yeah, it's not unreasonable to ask, hey, can we get more weapon skills that allow me to skill connect climb? Because it's difficult as it is. I was trying to play today and I couldn't get to a 4. It was difficult. I kept trying. I got to a 4 like 1 time, and I don't know where the gameplay is, so I'm not going to show it to you right now. But if you're watching this and it pops up, there's only 1 time that I can get the skill connect 4, and I don't even know how to like do that anymore. So I like that they put that system in there. I'm just saying, make it a little bit easier. Not a lot easier, just a little bit easier to climb skill connect so you can multiply damage. And then number 8 just kind of goes on with it. This is the last thing, and that is make it less grindy for enhancement materials. And I'm talking like these crystal shards. Like, bro, when the whole crystal shard and mutated beast thing came out, I was overjoyed. They gave us a way to, like, you know, farm these things to make the weapon stronger. Then they came out with stronger versions so you can get more crystal shards. But after a while, it just became so repetitious, and it was like, ugh. And it became like this job that I had to do to get on so I could make my weapon stronger, so I could make a video showing this, that, and third. I mean, I know most of you, you're not worried about making videos, you're just worried about playing the game. And I think if I'm thinking as a normal, regular player, after a while, I mean, because listen, this is something I did daily. For me, being a YouTube content creator for the game, I was trying to make my weapon strong so I could make the videos, and I was grinding all the time so I could do that. I'm thinking now as a person who's just playing the game, they're not going to grind as much as me, man. They don't have unlimited time. People like normal casual people, they don't have limited time. They may hop on and they have like I'm looking at my PlayStation dashboard now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games on my dashboard that I play actively, you know, every day or whatever, every 2 days or something. So I'm not going to be playing SAO all day, every day, till I can get as strong as possible, as quickly as possible. So that means probably, more than likely, I'm never going to get as strong as possible in the game unless I grind it 24/7 before I get bored of the game and don't want to play it no more. I mean, I think that's basically the crux of the thing, getting burnout on the game, because you have to keep grinding the same thing over and over and over again, and it's just it's bad. I don't know what else the word for it is. So I think just a way to have it, just a faster way to grind these materials so you can just get your weapons. I'm not saying to where a person who is dedicated that plays the game 24/7 that they can get it in a week and they be max level. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying make it a little bit easier, just a little bit easier. All right. So we're at 12 minutes. I wanted to make this as quick as possible. I didn't want you to have a 15-minute video, so 12 minutes, probably 13 minutes. Thank you for watching the video. What do you think about these things that I said, and what things do you want to see in this new game? I can't wait to read your comments down below. And if you guys did watch the last video, I see the video is doing well on the channel right now. It's got 600 views, which is good for this channel. So if you watched that video, I want to say thank you so much. And if you haven't watched that video, definitely go and check that video out and give me your feedback on my thoughts and opinions on that video, because I am actively every day looking at those comments. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Ventus. Check out some of the videos that I've been uploading on the channel. I'm back to uploading as much as possible on this channel, at least once daily. So I appreciate you guys just checking out the videos. All right, so I'll catch you next time. Bye.